Hello, my sweeties! I know it's been a while, and I know this video is super late. I'm sorry. I've had just some craziness. I've been burned out, and my burnout just really has been hitting this last month, and I was planning on taking vacation time a lot sooner. Um, Unfortunately, though, due to my coworker having lots of stuff going on with his family and having to do like a family emergency, and then that led to basically more kind of a family emergency. Um, I just haven't really had a chance to take vacation time, and so I'm basically going to be taking some vacation time and a break, and that's also including for my YouTube channels right now. I kind of want to take this time to not only try to get my merch set up, which fingers crossed. I also want to try to get my music and books and poems, etc., my art channel, Wyona 8M, set up, which you guys probably have noticed I haven't uploaded any videos on there yet, and that's more just I have all these videos and audio and stuff that's basically ready to be combined, but I just haven't had the time to do it. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm burned out from my job and I just need to take time off. I haven't taken time off since quarantine, so almost 2 years now, a little over a year. And just, take a break from all the craziness and do some cleansing and work on my art and try to get that channel up and going. I will be recording a whole bunch of videos today, especially, so if you see a whole bunch of my videos come out and I'm basically in the same outfit, that's why. As I'm going to just record a whole bunch, as many as I can over the next couple of days, and that way I just have a whole bunch of videos I can just edit and send out for you guys when I am done with my break. So I'm just going to be taking a break for now and just, trying to work on some stuff I've been meaning to work on. So that's what's going on right now. But I will get this video out today for you guys. In fact, I will start editing it as soon as I'm done recording it. And then try just to get some stuff going on, and that way you guys have some stuff. But as I said, I've just had a really bad burnout. I'm sure if you guys have been following me for now, I've been having a lot of mental stuff. I've really been posting on my social medias about just really struggling mentally. And honestly, I just haven't really had time to recover and process. And I'm exhausted mentally more than physically, and I've just honestly been really struggling with my depression. And so I was like, I'm going to just take some time off and really work on the other half of my business, my art half of my business, which is to counteract and balance, the stuff that we do on this channel, and just, try to stay a little more positive. And just try to balance it out. Then that way I have my art, and then I also have, the drama stuff. I don't know. Which my whole idea with this channel, with Coffee with YY, is more all I see is people spilling the tea, and so my idea is let's sit down and have some coffee together. So that's kind of the idea behind this, and just trying to talk more than just spilling the tea on each other, and trying to get all the different sides of a story, which is why there are going to be times when I do a story, when I do cover a story, which I have a couple in mind right now that are currently playing out. Now people have been watching it and keeping up to date on it, and just waiting until I get a little bit more ducks in the row before I do those type of those videos. So that's, kind of what's going on over here. I'm going to apologize. I do have my AC unit right here, so you're probably going to hear that. But without further ado, let's jump into our monthly positives and, kind of get some positivity going on and start my vacation off right. And I will either see you in the next videos that will be coming out, or, if you follow me on social media, you might, see me a little bit sooner. But just know that I am here. I'm just needing to kind of take a step back from this channel a little bit mentally. And I just want to try to get my other channels going and see about getting my merch set up and going, and just trying to get all that together. So maybe one of these days I'll be sponsored by myself. Cafe. Cafe. Dun 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 dun. Cafe. Made your honey pillow. And we're going to snuggle up. And this first video that I have for you guys, is basically a guy who had a snapping turtle who came into their backyard and she laid her eggs, which that's really unique. But then unfortunately a storm hit and he found himself being a nanny to these turtle eggs. And this is just one of those nice, helping each other out and helping out our community kind of video. So let's check it out. As always, all of the links to all the videos I use are going to be down below in the description bar. And if they're not there, they will be down in the comments.
How did you get back here?
My wife ran over to me and said, there's a giant turtle in our backyard.
Oh my goodness.
Now what?
My kids and I would just kind of watched her through the window.
We could just let us stay there. We could talk.
And FYI, snapping turtles are not only, I wouldn't necessarily say they're aggressive compared to any of our other turtles. I mean, our little turtle that we got, she's pretty aggressive, and she's not a snapping turtle. She doesn't mind going, hey, I will bite your finger off. But it's more, they have really powerful jaws that could literally break your bones. So that's kind of scary. So it was good that he kept his kids away from her and just let her be. So good on you. Be respectful of nature.
She kind of was rocking back and forth, and she started to wiggle her butt into the mulch. My kids affectionately named Snippy.
Come on, Snippy, you can do it.
Just had her business to take care of and just wanted to kind of get that done and get on her way. At the time, I didn't know that's what she was doing.
Yeah! Congratulations.
We had a really heavy rain last night. The next morning, I went out to assess how much damage there was going to be. All this debris came down, and I saw these, what appeared to be ping pong balls. Oh my God, Snippy left her eggs here. And I was like, oh man, I got to protect these eggs. It was like a Horton moment,
Snappy, I think we have to help him get out.
Went on the internet immediately, some sand and a ceramic heat lamp. We kept them to the side and just checked on them every day. With the amount of trauma of having the nest washed out, I really didn't have too much faith that anything was going to hatch. Then, 3 weeks to a month later,
It's about to hatch!
my daughter went out and she saw this little face sticking out of the sand.
That little girl, it's about to hatch. That was so cute.
It was crazy. Watching them actually crack through that shell, use their arms and that little beak to kind of come through, that was unreal. My kids too, getting to see that. They named every single one.
It was Charlotte. I mean, not Charlotte, Charlie. Charlie is so funny.
Charlie. The first one that came out was Snappy.
Snappy is just moving with excitement, aren't you, Snappy?
Lil Baggins. We had Sunshine and Detective Snipowitz. The cool thing about snapping turtles is when they hatch, they have this yolk sac that's attached to their bellies. That feeds them for the first couple of days. Once that is absorbed, they're ready to go. And I guess that's why the mother lays the eggs and leaves. I called a reptile sanctuary. She said, if you hold on to them for too long, you may kind of be messing with, their program. And now we're going to put them back into the flower pot, I guess, for the trip down to the local pond. Took them to the pond. You could see them kind of crawling around, and they knew where they were and where they had to eat. There you go. Look.
Hi, Baxter.
To witness that instinct kicked in, that they'd finally gotten to where they belonged and they knew exactly where to go and how to do it, to have a little bit of a hand in helping nature along. It's amazing.
Oh, it was very cute. I kind of wonder, I'm going to look it up right quick. I wonder if other turtles have that little egg yolk. So what? Don't get at me if I misspelled anything. Okay, so after cracking the egg, the 2-inch hatchling usually remains underground for a few days. During this time, the yolk sac that protrudes from the lower shell shrinks and dries within the safety of the nest. By the time you see the hatchling walking about, there should be only a slightly raised belly bump where the yolk sac was. The almost boneless shell is very soft, yet the hatchling is ready to live outdoors on its own without parental care. The desert tortoise is adapted to the desert climate. Your hatchling too should live outside to develop properly. If you create a good outdoor habitat for your hatchling, they should thrive. So I guess it's a universal thing for just turtles and tortoise hatchlings to have egg yolk sacs. That's neat. On to the next video. So this video is, I titled it Duck Love. That's the title I came across of it on. And I guess it's just these two little ducks that basically found each other and, kind of decided to stay together. One night, Drake showed up on the pond mysteriously. None of the others were nice to him. Aww. And he ended up flying away that night. Aww. The farmer thought he had left. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because that's kind of loud, isn't it, guys? So the farmer thought that he had left. But the next day he had come back, and he seemed to have a connection with Stumpy. Stumpy is missing an eye. Aww. Partially blind in her good eye and has a spinal deformity. Aww. This new man didn't seem to mind for the first time. Aww. He is clearly interested in her. Stumpy didn't let this chance slip away. You go, girl. She showed off her best dance moves. And the new man was charmed. Stumpy couldn't wait to introduce him to the family. Oh, look at her. She's so excited. He was nervous that the others still wouldn't like him. Aww. Look at how she's ready. Like, guys, I got me a man. I got me a man. The two large males still weren't convinced and walked away. Aww. The new man was too tired to sleep inside of the duck, so the next morning he was waiting for Stumpy. Aww. And they went on a romantic walk. Aww. To the pond through the morning. He watched over her during her nap time. And when another male tried to be mean to Drake, Stumpy chased him away. You leave that girl's man alone. And continued to show off her dance moves. Oh yeah. They were together from dawn till dusk. Stumpy used to be alone most of the day. Aww, but she was enjoying the company. I bet. One night she convinced him that sleeping inside was much safer, and he went along with it, anything to make her happy. The two are now inseparable, and Drake seems to be learning her dance moves too. Aww! Nobody knows who he is or where he came from, but he had found his forever home now, and Stumpy is happy for she had found her lovely prince. Aww. Oh, that was so cute. But I just got made to feel single by ducks. But it was still a really cute story. Even though I'm sure we all feel really single now, especially if you are single. Okay, so this next video is just to kind of add in some humor along with all the cuteness and the stories like the ones you just watched. This granny, apparently she's got some problems. So let's check it out.
It's one big wow.
Okay. This is the first time I've been streaming on my computer with TikTok, so we shall see. Okay.
My life is seriously just one big wow. Okay. A large part of adulting is just constantly being disappointed by things you didn't even know could disappoint you. Like people, mostly, you know. I've been searching for signs of intelligent life amongst the humans today, and so far I've been sadly disappointed by all of them. So I thought I'd come out and commune with nature for a minute. Because you think humans are the dominant species until you watch a spider build an entire house with its butt. Wow, okay. It's hot. It's so hot I saw a squirrel using pot holders to pick up nuts a minute ago. I made friends with a fly. He had a buzz, and I did not, sadly, so there's that. Oh, look, a turtle flipped over on its back. It's my spirit animal.
I love her humor, honestly, but I can relate. I think that's part of the problem I've kind of been having adding to my depression is just when you see so many people just let's spill the tea and let's talk about all these Karens and Chads and all the negativity that's going on in the world. It does get pretty down, and having just graduated and thinking by the time I graduated I would have my life a little bit more together, which I at least have my own house, which I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary of buying my first house. But you also sit there and, like as she did, been searching for intelligent life. And all you come across is like Karen and Chad videos or people who are disrespecting nature and all this other stuff, and you're just like, I don't know if I want to even like talk to these people. Okay, so this next video is also a TikTok video that was sent to me, and all it says is just Google it. I'm kind of scared. Let's go for it.
TikTok, here's a challenge for you. Pause the video,
Okay.
go to Google, and Google what space movie came out in 1992.
Okay, so let's Google it. What space movie came out in 1992? So, the year I was born. Okay, what space movie came out in 1992? didn't see that. Oh. That was a good one. That's a good one. Oh my goodness. What is it even about? Extraterrestrials beings travel the galaxy to free men oppressed by females to make way for an entirely homosexual society. Anyone else have recovered from that last one yet? I'm crying. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So this next one is really kind of neat. I might share this on another video that I'll be doing. But it's dances from around the world, which I thought that would be pretty cool to add into, you know, our monthly positives video, because why not? So cool. Wow. So this apparently is a dance that was performed at a wedding in Turkey. I'm not going to try to pronounce a lot of these words, so I'm not even going to bother, but she's supposed to dance where it looks like she's floating, which she does. That is really cool. Okay, I will let you guys in on a little tidbit about me from my younger years. So I used to dance a lot when I was younger. I'm trying to get back into it again, but it's kind of hard when you don't really have a space to do the dancing in. But one of the dances I used to do was Irish step dancing. And I'm really old at it, but I have been able to do some of the moves for my coworker, which she got a kick out of. But it's a very difficult dance to do, not only because you're jumping, but you also have to make it look like you're floating effortlessly. And if you don't look like you're floating effortlessly, you're not actually doing it correctly. And that's what makes this dance extremely challenging. Oh, I've seen her before. Like her shows off the different types of execute dances. Honestly, that looks like so much fun. Sword dance. seen her videos too. It's so cool. She's literally trying to float on water. And sometimes successful and sometimes. That's so cool. This one, as you know, an indigenous mixed person, really just makes my heart warm. And honestly, I feel like others would probably feel the same about it as well. So after 100 years, this tribe finally was able to come back home. Homecoming. Homecoming. 100 years after forceful removal, the Nez Perce people celebrate reclaimed land. And apologize if I mispronounce any of these words. Joseph, Oregon. Vice Chairman Sharon Wheeler has been dreaming about this day for years. On Thursday, more than 150 Nez Perce Nippon I don't know. People returned and blessed part of their homeland 100 years after the U.S. Army drove them from the Wallowa Valley in eastern Oregon. In direct violation of the 1855 Treaty of Walla Walla, the Nez Perce in 1877 were forced from their 7.5 million acre homeland to a 750,000 acre reservation in Idaho. Think about that contrast. That's a huge contrast just in land alone. For years, the tribe has worked to keep a connection to the ancestral land they were driven from. Last year, they successfully reclaimed part of that land. The Nez Perce tribe purchased 148-acre property in Joseph, known as the Amsakapai, or Place of Borders, in December, but could not formally perform a blessing ceremony until Thursday due to COVID-19 concerns. The property had been privately owned and operated as a ranch for more than 100 years, and it is located at the edge of the city's rodeo grounds. Surrounded by the Walla Mountains, the property rights include a house near Airport Road built in 1884, barns, grassland, and Walla River frontage, where the Nez people would camp and catch Sequoia salmon? I don't know. I think I pronounced that right. It also includes the ridge where Chief Joseph once held council. We would hope that our ancestors would feel the tears of joy, and their tears would turn to joy because they see our people coming back to the land that we belong to, Wheeler said before the ceremony. Our people know that we sprang from this land, and we're tied to the land in that manner, and the land is also tied to us in the same way. The blessing, he said, was important in making sure ancestors could hear our voices and feel our moccasins on the ground again. Wheeler described the day as bittersweet, a victory following 144 years of sorrow and endurance. Wheeler is a descendant of Chief Joseph, one of the several Nez Perce leaders who fought tirelessly to protect the Nez Perce tribe and its land. Chief Joseph was among the Nez Perce who refused to abide by the 1863 treaty that stripped the tribe from 90% of its land and required the move to the Idaho reservation. Here's some pictures. Oh, this is so cool. I'm getting chills. Am I the only one that's getting all the chills? War broke out in 1877 when General Oliver O. Howard attempted to force non-trading Nez Perce from the land. Under Chief Joseph's leadership, a band of about 700 people traveled more than 1,100 miles, while they were pursued by 5,000 U.S. troops. Joseph's band surrendered to General Nelson Miles and Howard on October 5, 1877, after a final battle at Bears Paw Mountain in Montana. They had been 40 miles short of their goal to cross the Canadian border. It is estimated that more than 230 Nez Perce died during the fighting retreat, including women and children. After their surrender, U.S. officials promised the Joseph Band that they would be allowed to join the rest of their people at the reservation in Hokkaido. This turned out to be a lie. As they were crossing out of the valley, one of the elders at the time told the people to look back, as it might be the last time we look at the land, Wheeler said in an interview with the Statesman Journal, and for many of those people, that was the last time that they looked at that land. Those who surrendered were sent to Kansas for the winter and exiled to Oklahoma during the summer. It wouldn't be until 1885 that they would be allowed to return to the Pacific Northwest, and even then, many, including Chief Joseph, were relocated to the Colville Reservation in Washington, away from the people on the Nez Perce Reservation, so they weren't even allowed to return to their people. Wheeler remembers one of the first times he visited the property shortly after they signed for the land. He visited alongside other tribe leaders, including former Secretary Rachel Edwards, exclusive leader Quincy Ellenwood, Cultural Resources Directors Nakia Williamson Cloud, and Land Enterprise Manager Kim Kenyon. We sang a couple of songs at that time over there just to be there. We stood on the ground and just reflected about the moment of us being there, what that meant, Wheeler said, knowing that in the future more of our tribal membership would be able to be there to celebrate and bless the ground that we were standing on. The virus pandemic only delayed the inevitable, said Nez Perce treasurer Casey Mitchell, also a descendant of Chief Joseph. The time is now for us getting our land back, he said. It means a lot not only to us here at the council table, but to our people as well. Our people have been waiting a long time to go back to the land. While the Nez Perce people have continued to fish and gather in the Walla Valley and near the property, a practice that the Nez Perce also follow to protect and preserve following years of struggle in asserting fishing rights guaranteed to them in U.S. treaties, the purchase represented an opportunity to officially call the land their own again, Michelle said. It also reclaims an ancient and sacred camping ground. We have ancestors Nez Perce people filled the parking lot of Joseph High School Thursday, preparing to walk and ride through Joseph into Emma. I'm not going to try for the blessing ceremony. A dozen people on horseback dressed in traditional regalia led more than 100 others nearly a mile through Joseph to the property. A traditional long tent welcomed attendees at the top of the property. The long tent and teepees had been set up the night before by Lee Whiteplume and his family. Whiteplume and several others were planning to camp on the property through the weekend. The walk and ride were celebrated, Williams Cloud said. When their ancestors left, they left on horseback, he said. Now the Nez Perce were returned to land on horseback. We're here, we're the survivors, Williamson Cloud said. We're doing what our ancestors couldn't. Tribal leaders spoke before the blessing ceremony about what the day represented, reflecting on the history of the Nez Perce tribe and sharing joy about the day's historical event. Drummers sang 7 sets of 7 songs, as in tradition in the blessing ceremony. Ellenwood described the purchase as a stepping stone in Nez Perce growth in history, and he said his first visit to tour the property was emotional. I told them, we can't let this slip us by, Ellenwood said. Sherry Black Eagle couldn't let the opportunity to come to Oregon pass her by either. Oklahoma. Her mother had moved to Oklahoma years ago, and it's where Black Eagle still lives. She met her father, Norton Black Eagle, face to face for the first time Wednesday night. The whole day was overwhelming, she said, finally able to meet family she's only known through Facebook and other social media. It's a homecoming in every sense, she said. The family descends from Chief Black Eagle, the husband of Chief Joseph's sister. Janet Black Eagle, Sherry's aunt, related to Sherry's reaction. She's joined family in Oregon when the Nez Perce, where the United Methodist Churches returned to Sacred Land and Walla in May. I remember the closer we got, the more it was like, hurry up and get there faster, Janet remembered. We didn't get any sleep. When we got there, we all felt the spirits. It's been so exciting. It's about arriving at a place to forgive the unforgivable, Norton Black Eagle said about the day. The family was planning to return to Ohio that day, but not before celebrating Sherry's visits some more. Before she had to return to Oklahoma, they'll be showing her other landmarks and sites around the Walla Valley. Oh, that is just... Honestly, that is one of those really emotional positives because it's helping in the healing that not only my ancestors experienced, but so many of my fellow Indigenous and their ancestors experienced. And it's trying to add and heal to that ancestral pain that we all have experienced. Honestly, on that note, I am going to leave you guys with this video and hope it brings a smile to your face and hope to your soul and, maybe peace to your heart. And I am going to be taking some time to do some healing of my own and some reflections and, maybe get some stuff together for my own business. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, my sweeties. If you guys would like to join in the conversation, please comment below. Or if you have any ideas for future topics, you can always DM me on all of my social media accounts. Or send me an email at wyona.am@gmail.com and my Tumblr blog, WEM3 blog. You can also check out all of my other YouTube videos, my music and books channel, Wyona AM, and my WEM3 vlog, which is basically my home base and my vlog channel. And of course, if you haven't, also like and subscribe this channel, my Coffee with YY channel, where we will have more and more discussions like this one.